Hi my singing friends, and welcome back. If this is your first time visiting the Toma Vocal Production channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button below. I would love to have you follow this channel. Well, today is going to be story time, so let's get started. When I first started this channel, I thought I want this to be a safe place where singers can come to get good advice and to have resources that will help them grow in their skills, but also provide them some moral support, because singing can be discouraging at times. So I'd like to start off today with a little story. Initially, my background in singing was all in the classical genre. I love classical music, but I decided at one point during my college career that I wanted to branch out and be able to vocally produce other sounds. Specifically, I wanted to pursue some music theater. And so I talked to some directors and others in the field, and they told me that I needed to learn some new vocal styles in order to make myself marketable in the field of music theater. So I sought out and found a great vocal coach. She was fantastic, and she started teaching me how to belt sing. That was very new to me and very unfamiliar. It was putting me in a placement that I normally had not used before. And I could tell right off the bat that it wasn't sounding super great. But she was very encouraging and told me to be patient, keep working at it. And so I did. I was committed. I practiced every day in my college apartment, my belt singing. It was very forward placed. It was very strident sounding, quite honestly. Well, I remember one day when I was dutifully doing my rehearsal that I heard a sound. Boom, boom, boom. It was from the floor below. They had hit the ceiling. And then I heard a chorus of voices shouting, "Shut up!" I was absolutely mortified. I was humiliated. I realized that these people who were living below me had been hearing me practice every day. And it was just a confirmation to me that it was not sounding great. To add salt to my wound, a few days later, my roommate Dave approached me and he said, "You know that belt stuff you're doing, Devin? Well, stop it. It doesn't sound very good." He said, "I've heard you sing. You sound great as a singer, but this, what you're doing right now, it's not pretty. So just give up on that and go back to what you were doing." Well, with that I had a choice to make. Do I give up? Do I just go back to where I was comfortable and safe and I knew that I sounded good? Or do I keep pushing forward and trying some new things? Well, I was committed enough that I decided I'm going to keep pushing through. I changed my location of where I did my rehearsals so I had a little more privacy and could sound ugly on my own. But I kept working at it. And I was grateful that my vocal coach was very encouraging and was pointing out to me the little incremental steps forward that I was making. Well, flash forward. About a year and a half later, I was performing in a production. And after the show, my old roommate, Dave, we weren't roommates any longer, he came up and gave me a hug and congratulated me. And he said, "You sounded fantastic tonight. I'm so glad you gave up on that belt, because what you're doing tonight, that's where you need to stay." Well, I had to chuckle. I said, "Dave, you may not believe this, but tonight I was belting." And he said, No, because that sounded good. And what you were doing in our apartment, that was really bad." And I said, "Yeah, I know. But I have practice and I've come a long way. And I'm starting to master that technique." To me, that was an affirmation that the challenges and the disappointments and the discouragement along the way, that pushing through that was all worth it. I developed a new vocal skill that I could use. So some of the takeaways that I have from that experience and others like that, as well as my own vocal students who at times have become discouraged because they're not making the progress they would like. Number one, be a perfectionist, but also be patient. What do I mean by that? Being a perfectionist as a singer's It's vitally important. You don't want to sound like you're almost there. You don't want to be almost on pitch. You want to nail it. You don't want to have a song be almost performance ready. You want to have it be performance perfect. But at the same time, you've got to be patient with yourself. It doesn't happen immediately. No singer just opens up their mouth and sounds like $1,000,000 the first time they sing a song. There's always going to be parts of a song that are challenging, and especially when you're learning new skills. Give yourself some time. Work at it. And also be patient in your own progress. Sometimes you pick up a song and you don't sound perfect at it, but you keep working and working, and the next song gets a little easier and a little easier and a little easier. That's the process. Lesson number 2, learn to evaluate the feedback that you receive. Sometimes well-meaning family and friends may even discourage you, like my friend Dave did with me. It's okay to listen to them a little bit, but don't let that stop you or become a hurdle from you to continue your pursuit of becoming a better vocalist. Learn to listen to those who understand the process of singing. Maybe it's a vocal coach like I had, or maybe it's other singers that you know who have gone through the process themselves or are going through it currently. They understand the process and can help you along. Number 3, don't be afraid to try new things or to sound less than perfect at times. Sometimes our desire to be beautiful singers can actually stop us from trying new things and from progressing. It's not bad to want to sound good, right? I mean, ultimately that's all of our goals. But like I said before, you can't sound perfect right out of the chute. And so it's okay to try some new things. I appreciate when I work with my vocal students that they're willing to take that risk. I always tell them that they're safe right here in our vocal lessons. I would never leave them sounding ugly and tell them to go perform it, right? We have to have a safe space where we can grow and progress and try new things. And then there's also the time when we take a song and we make it performance level, right? Performance quality, that level of perfectionism. Those are two different things. We've got to have a laboratory of singing as well as the concert hall. Well, I hope that helps you out. Don't give up, keep working hard, and keep coming back here to the Toma Vocal Production channel. Make sure to hit that like button below. And tell me a little bit about your experience in learning how to sing. What questions do you have? What stories do you have? See you next time.